Okay, we are back and live.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a hiatus, sir.
A little 2 week break. I would like to say summer sesh, if you will.
Summer sesh.
Yes.
Yeah. I had a couple jobs come up. It was birthday month, and a couple jobs come up. So I've been traveling the U.S. So,
And how's the U.S. Faring these days, other than being on fire?
well, it's not as hot there as it was here. Milwaukee's a bit of a what's the word, like crazy weather. The Midwest. It's like the first day I landed, it was raining, pouring rain, and the next day, uh, it was like it was like kind of that cool, fucking hot and humid. It was like I'm gonna pass out, and then it was just like sunny and hot, and I was like, all right, but it was only like mid 80s, low 80s, as opposed to being 100 degrees here. So I was still in a better situation.
Yeah.
And
It
then Seattle had really nice weather.
really was it raining? It's always raining in Seattle. That's the
Yeah, apparently, like it doesn't rain during the summer there. Every other month, like it's 3 months of sun and then gloom.
Were you there for the All Star game?
I was not. I was there for work. Uh, I did a convention or conference, so to speak. It was only a couple of days. Uh, apparently, that city was a buzz the weekend that I was there. Taylor Swift was in town. They had like a 3 game homestand, and I guess like 6 different cruise ships were docking at the same time, like all like that weekend. So just a massive amount of people were in town.
Wow. So Seattle was cracking, as they would say. Taylor Swift's in town this week. We're coming up this week here at SoFi. So
She's following me
yeah.
because she was in Chicago when I was in Chicago.
Are you a Taylor Swift fan? Do you like her music?
I am not a Swiftie. I don't dislike her music, but I don't listen to her music to know if I like it or not. I think I've heard maybe 1 or 2 songs a while ago. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what she has coming out. I think
I
there was always too much like shit talking about her because of like she always like always in different relationships and always breakup songs and stuff.
I don't get that because if she's always in different relationships and always breaking up, that means we have chances. You know, like when she's just going through the numbers, I could be next
Yeah,
in line.
yeah. Chance meeting,
Yeah.
something about him. Like he's not like anybody else I've ever dated.
And is that a gift or a curse for your relationship to end up being like a number one song? Like you can't escape it. And you're like, damn it, that song's about me.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about like somebody writing a song because I can't think it'll be yeah, it would be a good song. A couple expletives in that song, yeah, probably.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of expletives, we get that right. It is an all the drinks to words by. What are we drinking?
I am drinking vodka on the rocks.
Whoa, vodka on the rocks.
Vodka. Well, it's I don't know how you say it in Polish. I know we've been away, and I can't remember at what point did we. We haven't discussed my birthday dinner, and we need to discuss your weak ass Facebook post, the birthday post.
Oh
But I
yeah,
found I found my new favorite vodka, Bison Grass Vodka from Poland.
bison grass. Whoa, and where's
Yeah.
it from?
I said Poland. Zubrakwa.
Ah,
I
I hear it's lovely this time
don't
of
know.
year.
So there's actually a blade of grass in the bottle. Yeah.
Really? Oh, I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a blade of grass in there. Um, It's just like the smoothest vodka I've had at my birthday dinner. So we found a bottle at Total Wine, and yeah, promoting the bison aggressive vodka.
Wow. Well, for myself, I am just shy north of Texas and doing vodka as well, and doing
Tito's.
I forgot what we called it, but it's the White Texan. I guess I don't know. I know what you would call it.
The white Texan. So
Yes,
instead of the oh yes, instead of the Russian, I remember this.
yeah. So that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Let's
So getting back to the post.
yes, yes. Let's talk about this really quick, guys. And this is a fantastic discussion. As we know, there are 365 unbirthdays every year, but there's just one birthday that everybody has. Okay. Now, look, birthdays I love because some of my favorite people were born. So that's why I love birthdays. Now, there's all these crazy rules that people have just made up for birthdays. Okay. And we'll get to that
I
in a
don't think they were
second.
just made up. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it was just made up.
I think they're made up. I'm like, if I
Yeah.
didn't make it up, if I didn't create this rule, it's made up. Anyway, birthday posts on social media. I do them, and I should say this. I do them because the social media tells me it's your birthday. My memory is not good,
I
and if it
agree. I
does,
agree. I would not know. I would not know. I don't know how many people's like maybe if I knew 100 people, I wouldn't know 97 people's birthday.
yeah,
But yours is only because it's
it's the greatest day
so
of
it's
the
like a
world.
holiday. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it is a holiday. It's the party day of the entire world,
yeah.
and I'm sure that day is flattered to have me, of course. But um, when posting happy birthday wishes, I am a very generic guy. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna, I have I've turned into Egyptian,
Here's
and
here the what you posted was it was that you posted and then text me like later on in the night. Like you waited
yeah,
like 12 hours to text me happy birthday. No, you should only text me. Like if you have somebody's number, you don't have to post. You can just send the text because that's more personal.
no, David, you don't understand. I have to post because then all of our friends that are mutual will not know that I wished you a happy birthday. See how political it gets. See how
Yeah,
political it gets.
yeah. Oh, is that what it is? You didn't want the Snickers behind the Facebook? Like, oh my god,
Yes,
is there a rift between them that he didn't
yes.
post? Like,
They've been on for 2 weeks. There must be
yeah,
something going on. I couldn't let the
did they
fans
break up?
down. David.
I've been I'm an advocate. If you have the person's number, even if it's on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, you text them. You the social media. That's just me. Especially because
Okay.
we're such close friends. It was like you waited quite a long time to text it because you had your phone in your hand to do it because you did it from your phone, right? Facebook. Okay, so
Right.
it
But
was
to
like
me,
I can't be bothered to switch to another fucking screen on my phone.
that shows how truly much I don't appreciate you because I could do it like within a minute of posting that. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait and then text you later on. But you, my friend, got a birthday call as well. You
I
got
did.
the trilogy.
I did.
You got the social
I did.
media, the
I
text, and the call.
yes,
And
I
let me
appreciate that. I did.
did you? Because on the call, you did not seem appreciative. Okay, I
Well,
I
you know,
let's just get this straight. Okay, birthday calls are not limited to mornings. I have no idea who came up with this rule, but birthday calls can be at whatever time anybody wants. It's a birthday call, and you don't have to answer. I could have just left the birthday message. Your thoughts, David?
oh, you played the Uno card, huh? Reverse suck. Yeah, I got you. All right. I was appreciative. It was more just me giving you a hard time. That's what it was. The call can be later. The call could be later. It was just like you're on social media right now. Like I was just giving you a hard time because it was so much later. Like it was like, hmm.
It was.
I was about to go to bed and shit. Like
Yeah.
or maybe enjoy my birthday. Oh man. No, I am appreciative. I would say this. It's a hard time. you know what? You say that these rules are made up. I go, well, technically, if social media wasn't here, it would still have to be the text and the call.
Yeah.
Now, so you know, so you the the social media is a really good way, like to just like like you don't even have to write out messages anymore. They already have preset messages.
Yes.
Like that one looks good. That one has a birthday cake.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, birthday cake.
That's what makes mine so different. I don't do
The generic.
the
Oh, okay.
generic. I do my own generic of the emoji.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is great. And people frown upon the emoji, but you know, I, again, I love them. They you could say so many things in such little time. You know. So
Yeah.
to finally put a pin on this, we can this is going to be, by the way, our video thing for our Instagram. If you follow us on Instagram, we post clips. This is going to be the clip, but we're going to let you guys know and decide. We want to know, can you text and phone call a person on their birthday at any time you want, or do you feel that that's a morning thing? Leave a comment or just DM us.
No, it's is the text something you do when social media has reminded you, or did you just a social media birthday wish? Even if you have that person's number, you're like, I already said it to him once. I'm good.
Let us know. And
You decide.
moving right along, um, I am sprucing up my recording studio. I just purchased a keyboard, a synthesizer, if you will, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, during this time off, I've been purchasing some equipment. I just got a better mixing board for my home studio. I don't know if I sound different or not, but we'll see. But I've just been doing a lot of upgrades and stuff like that. Do you upgrade your home or anything a lot, or is that just kind of like a spur of the moment?
Um, it's for the moment. Like it's hard for me to concentrate on sprucing up the house because I've been traveling. Um, I know that the wife and I would like to uh, change the other room. We were thinking of making it like a kind of a TV slash office room, um, just for our stuff. So, but usually it's like, ooh, there's a new peeler. Let me get a new peeler, like some kind of kitchen equipment that is like, ooh, we should try this.
Is
Other than
is
that, no, I'm not. I'm not.
is peeling technology really that advanced?
I don't know. I just you see those cool commercials. Like, oh my god, look at how fast he's going. Like I can cut my potato time in like a quarter.
Oh, and speaking of your room, where am I supposed to crash if you're turning into a?
But we wanted to put like a couch in there, so you still sleep on
Okay,
the couch in the room. It's just like just one less room for the cats to be in.
yeah, you should just turn it into a cat room. You just be like, this is the room for the
It is
cat.
a cat room technically. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Uh, what's that saying? You don't own cats; cats own you.
Like we joke that like the fat one always like he calls me Jeeves because he's like now I'm like food or water and I go yeah he needs food or water. As soon as he talks to me, it's like bitch feed me. Feed me.
Are you enjoying? I mean, is this your only time that you've ever had pets?
I mean we had pets as a child when I was a child, but they all died. So I had like this stigma about me having pets. Like these weren't technically mine. All I do is feed and give them food and water. That's the thing. It's like cats are. That's the one thing. Cats are kind of self sufficient. Like just put somewhere for them to shit and they're good. You know what I mean? But that's that's wifey's job. Your cats, you clean the shit. You clean the cat. Mm-mm. Nay, nay. I'll feed them. I'll keep them alive. But other than that, no.
Oh man, yeah. This is my first time having a pet. As you know, I have Herbert, and but I've gone
Dude,
through
what's
like,
wrong?
yeah, he's dude. I mean, we're about to reach, I want to say, 2 years. Yeah, yeah. So that's pretty remarkable. He's been with me through everything. I just hit my 1 year here in Inglewood. So yes, thank you,
Congratulations,
thank
sir.
you. I can now officially claim Inglewood. I couldn't for a year. It's like no,
Like
no,
every
no.
year, yeah, no, no. Now you're up to no good.
Yes, now I'm officially up to no good. Before I wasn't. Now
Uh,
up to no good. And it's
What, like what is it like an Inglewoodian? I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Ingle. I don't know. Maybe am I Ingle or am I Wood? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Let us know. Send us an email. Drinkswordsby at Gmail. Let me know what I am. But it's been an interesting year, to say the least. But now I'm ready to venture out. The first year of owning a home, it, everyone tells me it's a tough year. It's a rough year, and I only found it rough for like the first 3 months, just because I was in a new place and just kind of reorganizing my life and figuring out the financials. And then once I kind of got that going, then it was
One
more
shot,
of,
so it's not like
what was that?
I said because you spend all your money in one shot, and you're just not like okay, everything has
Right.
to be accounted.
Yeah, exactly. And then just building up reserves and whatnot. So, and then after that, then just adding, like, okay, now what do I need? I need a couch, and then just getting the apartment kind of pseudo ready. Now it's ready for people to come and visit and what have you. Now I'm just adding little stuff now, just normal stuff that you would do when you live in a home. So now I'm ready to venture out. Now I'm ready to start kind of checking out the scene and seeing kind of what's around me. Although I must say the brewery right by my house, Three Weavers, it pretty much has me. This weekend, they're doing like this vinyl swap meet slash like DJ thing where they're gonna have a bunch of DJs just play a bunch of music, and it's gonna just be an outside party and stuff like that. So, really looking forward to that as my first kind of, you know, coming out party, for Inglewood. Because me and you, and we've talked about this in January. We kind of tripped the Inglewood Fantastic, but we
Yeah.
really didn't hit up the right spots.
Well, the first one I enjoyed, this, and the second
Yeah,
one I enjoyed for the story and the visuals of it all. The drinks were
yeah,
horrible,
yeah,
but it's like that's why he got ice for his beer.
yeah,
I mean, we saw the Crip fucking Kringle. You
right.
know, I mean, we were like, we didn't fit in, but we fit in. You know,
Right.
we were still talking to people. Like, hey, it's gonna.
Yeah. So go ahead and look for that podcast. That was a really good show about just our little roundabout. I think we recorded that in January. So go ahead and hit up drinkswordsby.com, and there you could peruse the slew of shows that we have, and go ahead and find that one. I forgot when we recorded, but it was sometime.
It, it was January because it was I was in town working the college football championship.
Right, right. And there's been so much going on at SoFi as well. Just recently there was the Mexico game for the for a cup. And this is the funny thing, and I know we're not in sports, but maybe you can help me out with this. It's like when you're playing soccer, it's like okay, you can win like the World Series of the trophy, but then there's other trophies that you can win as well. And
Yes,
it gets confusing because it's like, well, are we champions? Or are we not champions? Like which which
it's
which
like
cup is the most revered?
so the greatest country cup is the World Cup. That is the greatest country cup, right? The greatest club cup is Champions League. Now, when you come over uh, to the U.S., one of the big cups is the one that Mexico won. I think it's the Concacaf. And I don't ask me what this like the Confederation, blah blah blah. So it's basically North America, right? It's like Central and North America, and they have a cup. So it's like the U.S., Mexico, all of Central America, and Canada, like in some of the Caribbean countries. So they have their own tournament. So that's the one that was won there. And then they have qualifiers. And then there's going to be another tournament in the US that's going to include South America with North American teams. So it's going to be like the whole Americas. So yeah. I mean, I can't give you, I have a friend who could give you the exact definition of everything. And you just be like, okay.
Like, so
But,
which one's the best?
so yeah. So best, uh,
Right,
best is the World Cup.
right.
Second best for teams is, I mean, the best for teams is Champions
Champions League.
League. So like even MLS, they have a tournament within there where they're playing like teams from Mexico. So they're playing other club teams. So there's
Right.
another cup there, and that's a cool cup. But I mean, it's like the America's champions. So it's like,
Right.
but we're not talking about
Doesn't really.
sports.
Right, right. I was just because there's so much sports going. Like Barcelona just played here a couple days ago too. So there's been like a lot of soccer happening at SoFi lately. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to go any of the games.
Yeah, so really looking forward to all that coming up with SoFi in the summer. I just went to my first concert of the year. Went to go see Cafe Cuba over there at the Hollywood Bowl, and brings me to my next topic, which is they have a bunch of famous songs, but are you familiar with Cafe de Cuba?
Um, I'm sure I've heard their songs. I can't say that I know their songs.
Right. Well, what they did was they played the Hollywood Bowl, and they had the conductor there, so it was the Philharmonic and them playing. So you got a little orchestral thing happening with them, and it was just super cool. And let me just add, the price for the ticket was decent. It was $55 for one seat, right? Which, by the way, I looked like Metallica's coming to SoFi, and it's $140 for nosebleeds. I'm like, I'm like, where's the disconnect? Like this
I've
is
I've seen them. I've seen them live.
yeah. So,
Well,
I
I
have
mean,
yet
Metallica. I believe Metallica is a much more popular American band than Capticum.
right because they're from Mexico.
And they're filling a and they're you're not just paying to see uh Metallica. You're paying to pay the people who are working at SoFi Stadium and all that because that shit that's pricey.
Yeah,
So I mean, what was parking's like $100 like just to park on the lot, right? It's fucking
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. It is. Where Hollywood Bowl, the parking was $22. You
Yeah,
know, and the Hollywood Bowl is much more smaller venue. I think it holds like 23,000 or something like that. So way much, and SoFi holds like, I want to say 86,000. So
I
at
know it's
least
over 60. I don't know the specifics of it, but yeah, I think it's somewhere between 60 and 80. I'm sure it's closer to 80, but I'm just playing it safe.
right, right. So the huge disconnect on that, but again, you make a valid point. We are we're not paying for the workers. The workers are already built in. We're paying for the cost of them building the sound stage and all that stuff. So um,
Yeah.
there is that we have to take into consideration. But man, seeing Cafe Cuba live was super cool. But they have this one really popular song. I mean, all they have a few popular songs, but there's one that is just like, I wanna call it like like what's like Cypress Hill. Like they have a like a one big popular, like Dr. Green Thumb or
Yeah.
whatever, right? So they play pretty much the majority of their hits except for this one song called Ingrata. And dude, it was crazy. Like towards the end, like old ladies were there. They're like Ingrata, and like old men were there. Ingrata, young people were there, just screaming Ingrata. I saw a kid a baby just scream out Ingrata, and I'm like, what? And they didn't play it. They didn't play that song. Like everybody was asking for it. Like literally everybody was asking for it. And granted, we were kind of in the back. So it was kind of like they weren't nosebleed seats, but they were, just before the nosebleeds. So, all those people were asking for it. And I was like, man, I was like, some people just came just for that song and they didn't get it.
Yeah. That isn't that always the like when you want to see an artist and there's one specific song that you want to hear. Stapleton did that. Like did a concert. He didn't play Tennessee Whiskey, right? And there was a Tennessee Whiskey. And I'm like, I mean, that's kind of the song that made you, bro. Um, Here, like, if I ever go watch Sade, is that she doesn't play No Ordinary Love. This is the one song I came for. I want to see it live. Like you want to see Lionel Richie, right? So
Yeah.
if what's one song that like if he didn't play, you'd be like, well, damn it, that was like it wasn't complete for me.
That's tough because I celebrated his entire catalog. It's Man, All Night Long is like like really up there. I want to say it's top 3. Absolutely adore that song. So if he didn't play it, I'd be a little bit disappointed. But I mean, but I'd be like, you played it for the king of of the Britain of the Europe guy. I'm like, but you don't do it here. You did it for King Charles, but you're not going to do it here. So yeah,
Britain guy, the Britain guy. Yeah,
so
it's fucking amazing.
it's funny that you should mention that because there was uh I just saw on Instagram literally this morning David Grohl had a piano and he was performing um what's that song?
Hello.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, yeah. I thought I sent it to you.
No, no, no. I
Could have
saw it
sworn
this
I sent it
morning.
to you. Yeah, and then it's like that's my fucking song.
That was epic. Lionel Richie comes out. I'm like, Lionel
It
Richie
was.
knows David Grohl. David Grohl knows Lionel Richie. I was like, and it was so cool. I was just like, I was, and I kept on thinking, like, Dave Grohl, he needs to be an actor, a comedic actor. I think he would be fantastic. Just that one little clip, I'd be like, I'd see him in whatever.
You know they made a movie, right?
Who?
Fucking Foo Fighters. There's an actual motion picture
What?
that they made about a haunted house. Yes.
No, no.
Yes.
When did this come out?
Shit. If it wasn't earlier this year, it was like towards the end of last year. I would assume that you would know this. I mean, I didn't watch
No.
it. It's like a cheesy, campy horror movie with the Foo Fighters. Like
You know, I
yeah, they're like they're trying to write a new album and they rent this house, but the is haunted.
You're kidding me. I gotta look this up
No,
now.
do it.
That's insane. I gotta watch this movie. Let's see. Studio 666.
There you go.
Where can I watch it on? Of course it's available to watch on Apple. No, not on Apple, on YouTube. Not on any of the real not any of the real streaming services.
So you have to rent it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Probably
do
like
that.
what, like $3.99.
Yeah, it's exactly 2.99.
You spent money on. I bought Memphis Belle for like $4.99, dude. I was like, you know what? It's either $3.99 I rent it or $4.99 I own it. I was like, fuck it. I really wanted to watch Memphis Belle, so I own Memphis Belle on Prime Video.
And when was the last time that you
Still
watched
cheaper than
it?
the DVDs we used to pay for.
Yeah, but a DVD is doesn't
I
need
told you I
internet.
watched it.
No, no, no. But have you watched it since?
No, I mean it's not something that I watch on a weekly basis. I'm excited that they're already streaming Transformers: Rise of the Beast on Paramount.
Are they?
Yeah, it's already on Paramount, so I was gonna watch that after the show.
Oh, I'm jealous because I wanted to see that in the movie theaters, but I just I love going to movies, but every, I loved going to movies when I lived in West Covina because I could walk there, and it was a whole thing.
Convenient. Yeah.
Super convenient. But now that I live out here in Inglewood, everything is just not conducive to walking. I have to, and everything's at a mall. So it's like if I want to go to the to watch a movie, I got to go to the mall and watch a movie. And I hate parking. And the mall is paid parking, so it's like I can't it's but it's 2 hours free, so I got to make sure the movie's less than 2 hours, then I got to get there right on time. It's a whole thing. It's just not the
All this rigmarole just to watch a fucking movie.
exactly. It's so much logistics, whereas in West
Well,
Covina, I can just ride my bike and not
that's
even.
the thing. Is like that's the thing with streaming though. Like you can literally just go look. It's gonna cost me $40 to go watch this movie if I go watch in the theater, or I can pay $20 and watch it here in my house. In the convenience of my own home. I
Right.
don't have to go anywhere. I can watch this brand new movie in my underwear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, there is some convenience to it. There's some movies that I'm like, I kind of think that I want to pay for it. I'm like, I really want to pay for this right now. But you know, John Wick made the effort. Had to go watch it in the theater.
Mm.
There's certain movies. So what you're saying is the movie you want to watch it. You don't really need to watch it in the theater.
Right. Right. And again, the pandemic ruined a lot because I'm like, I can wait. I can wait till it hits a streaming service and just watch it there. And I hate people are like,
And then,
I'll wait till it hits a streaming service and I'll watch it for free. I'm like, no, you're paying for that streaming service. You're not watching it for free. That's included in the price you pay, you know?
yeah, but I mean, it's like I said, it's already on Paramount Plus, so I'm gonna, watch that. I'm excited for that one. I'm like, yeah, it's just and it's probably a terrible movie, but it's the nostalgia of it all. It's Transformers. It's my favorite cartoon growing up. So
The one thing that I would change about Transformers, take out the
nothing.
humans. Take out the humans. As far as the movies, we don't need humans in it. We could care less about the humans, you
But
know?
humans were involved. Humans were involved in the original cartoon. So I
I
mean,
know, but
technically,
they don't have to be in like like part of the storyline. They could just be like side characters, like like, oh, okay, you got three lines. All right, that's cool. It's like what's her name, Megan? Uh, uh,
Megan Fox. I think it is.
yeah, Megan Fox, great, great on the eyes. Great for the screen. Did she have to talk? No. You know what I mean? She could have just been running. Just keep on running. We're paying
I
you to
think that's
run,
how I
okay?
think that's how some people feel about all our movies. Straight on the eye.
Yeah, just run, just run.
Just run, slow motion run.
Yeah, it's your bread and butter, okay? That's where
Yeah.
people come. Dude, did you see her and that machine gun guy were in the San Gabriel Valley?
No, I did not see that. Where were they?
They were there. Yeah, they were there like 2 weeks ago. I want to say, or right when I don't know, footage showed that they were there. I want to say at the Fairplex during the fair or whatever, and they were just coming off of that UFO ride.
Oh, right. Yeah, he fought. He like punched somebody, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, look at them in the SGV. It's like I was
Well,
like,
I mean,
that's
it's
real
the fair.
SGV.
That's the fair. I mean, I thought you were saying like, oh, they were in downtown Covina. I was like,
They were at the Cove.
let it go. He likes whiskey. I heard it's good whiskey.
Yeah,
Dude, could you imagine that? Oh my god, the chaos that would ensue. So I'm like, is that fucking Machine Kelly?
you,
Everybody and their grandma.
you, the only way he could get away with it is if he went on like Cindy Shift, where she has no idea who the fuck that is. Anybody, if you get in on Maria Shift, she would know right away. Andrea, I don't know. I'm 50-50.
Yeah,
If you went on a morning shift with her, if she would recognize the guy.
yeah. That's total morning shift type of drink. Like, oh, I hear you really good whiskey at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was interesting. Um yeah, so movies. Oh, I just saw a movie. I just went and I couldn't I didn't have time to like post, hey, I'm out of media screening, but I saw the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, or the
Um,
Haunted House, or whatever they
See
call
that
it.
that's a movie that I'm willing to wait till it comes on streaming.
Yeah, well, it has Rosario Dawson, who, you know, me and her have a great relationship, and I support a lot of her stuff. Like, I would watch all of her films, and I'm like, oh, Rosario Dawson's in it. Oh, great, great. And it came to be a thing where I'm like, I guess I'm a Rosario Dawson fan because I'm watching all of her movies, or she's in all the movies that
So
I like.
so you watched all the Clerks?
Yes, yes, Clerks 2,
I
and I
haven't
was
seen three. I haven't seen three.
I haven't seen 3 yet. Again, I'm waiting for it to come out on whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, on streaming. But Clerks 2, I was so pissed. I'm like, Dante, ends up with fucking Rosario Dawson. I was like, but again, it made me feel like I have a chance with Rosario Dawson. you know?
Just
So
because it happened in a movie, sir, doesn't that's not real life.
I know. It is.
I'm like Dante. I'm like Dante.
Are you sure
Him,
you
me, same thing.
Yeah, so yeah, she's in it, but she just plays a small, she plays the mom of like the kid. Of course, every Disney movie has to have some sort of parent thing happening. Owen Wilson's in it. He's pretty fun in it. Um this movie, I noticed that Disney has a movie for all their rides. Like if they have a ride, there has to be a movie. And
They have yet to create Space Mountain, or do they have one?
I believe it was like a 70s movie or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I want
Yeah.
don't quote me, but I believe it was like a 70s movie.
Well, I mean, it's
Maybe
like
80.
they built rides on the movies they had, and now they're building movies on the rides that they have. So yeah, the Jungle Book or the Jungle Cruise,
Yeah,
uh, the Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah. So, this movie though, I do not see it being a trilogy installment though, unfortunately. I think this was just a one-off. It was Disney spooky, so it wasn't even scary. It was just Disney spooky at that. The plot, okay. Dane DeVito's in it. So I would say it's a movie you should see if you've seen all the movies and you need air conditioning. So
If you want to cool off and just kill like an hour and a half, so it's an entertaining movie. It's not a good movie. It's an entertaining.
right,
Okay.
right. It you're not gonna walk out of there saying, "Man, that was a rip off," of my money. You're gonna be satisfied. You're gonna be like, okay, like
Yeah.
I
It's
I,
not
I got I got my money's
it's
worth.
not Jeepers Creepers 2. It's
Right,
yeah.
right, right. So I don't know how a review that I don't know how a review that is, if that's a good review or a bad review, but it's a review
It's
nonetheless.
in there somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, if you got kids and they're in the house and they just can't get away from the heat, take them there. You know,
I don't know if there's anything that I've seen recently that's new. I've started been more into the series thing. Like I'll watch a movie, but like my wife loves to watch old movies that we've already seen. So it's hard for me to watch new movies that, you know, I have to watch them without her, like Transformers. So um but I started watching Grimm. I never really watched that show. So it's sci-fi, so it's funny. I mean it's cool for me. They have that new. Do you ever play Twisted Metal on Sega Genesis?
a long time ago.
So now they have a series now based on Twisted Metal on Peacock. So I never
How's that?
I never played the game. I'm gonna start watching it. That's a new one that I want to watch. I know Zoe Zaldana. She's on a
Mm,
show on Paramount. Want to try to watch that. Um, yeah. Other than that, just anime for me. Whatever other animes they're being released on a weekly basis.
Gotcha. Let us know what you guys are watching. Go ahead, slide in the DM or just email us drinkswordsby@gmail.com. And we'll get back to you. We'll talk back to you. Sports.
Sports. Baseball is coming to a close. I mean, we're in the last portion of the season, right? 60 games about.
But we are in the most exciting part as the bid for Shotani is almost coming to an end. It's
He's not going anywhere.
it's the
He's
last.
staying with the Angels.
I think so too. Although everybody wants him, but it's just like, dude, you're not keeping him. Like his contract is up this year, and it's like, like it's not worth mortgaging all your people for. I mean, if you get a championship, okay, but
Do
even
the
if you get a championship,
Yeah. I mean, anytime you make a move, you're doing it for a championship. But like, do the Angels have a chance to make the playoffs?
they yes and no. Okay, they do, but they're like, I think they're like 3 games out of the wild card.
Okay.
So they're in the hunt, as they would say.
Okay.
They're in the hunt,
I don't know. I mean,
and there's a lot of baseball left.
yeah, there's 60 games, so it's like I don't know. I think he's staying. I don't think. I think you're right. Nobody wants to lose the farm when he's going to be a free agent. Just save your money and then sign him to like $1 billion deal in the off season because there's just too much fucking money in baseball for nothing. Um,
How dare you?
it's the truth. I mean,
No, dude, you're playing. What was it? 136 games. So of those games, you're playing, 125. I mean, it is hard on your body just because it's the long game. Like football is hard on your body because it's such a short season and it's just impactful. Whereas in baseball, your body is just spread through that entire time. So it's like do you want to get injured quick or do you want to get injured very slowly? So that's kind of what baseball is.
yeah, because standing around for fucking 2 hours is going to injure you.
You're running, you're in heat. You know, baseball is one of the
Bring in
most
the weather.
baseball is the most dangerous sport out there, man. They're throwing a ball going like 100 miles an hour at you that you could get hit by. Have you ever gotten hit by a ball? It fucking sucks. It hurts.
It hurts. That's why I quit baseball. I was like, I don't want to do this again. I have no padding.
So I'm me, I'm vocal about baseball, and next year they're gonna be making baseball even more global as they're sending more and more teams during spring training to play in other countries. So I know the Dodgers are playing, I believe, in Japan or Korea, one of those areas. So they're gonna be playing in Asia.
Well,
So
the NFL is in questions on Super Bowl in 2026. Have you heard this, right?
no,
So there's talks that the Super Bowl might be played in England in 2026.
damn, that's
I
kind of
mean,
cool.
it's highly unlikely, but I think they're trying. They're playing more games in Europe, and they're just trying to, like I said, like you said, brand this whole thing. But did you hear about Kylian Mbappe's contract?
No,
So he's like one of the best soccer players in the world right now, right? Young kid, I think he's like 23. So he has like 1 year left on his contract, and he's already said that he's not going to re-sign with the team that he's playing with. So they're trying to sell him to get something out of him instead of him transferring for free. They get nothing for him. A Saudi Arabia team offered to pay the team $330 million and then pay him $740 million for 1 year. $1 billion contract, and he turned it down.
Wait. He turned it down. Or the team turned it down because
No,
why was
he
the
turned
team
it down. The
like,
team was like, "Yeah, give us the 300 mil and talk to him. Do what you need because they're getting 300. They're going to get 300
yeah,
$3 million just so that
jeez,
he can talk with them.
jeez,
And if he agrees, then yeah. But if he doesn't, then they don't get anything. So like, yeah, they want the money because they'll get a lot for him, right?
right,
But he doesn't want to go play in Saudi Arabia. He wants to play at Real Madrid.
wow, holy
So
shit,
his team is saying that if he doesn't re-sign with them, and they want to sign like a 10-year $1 billion contract, if he doesn't re-sign with them, they're not going to play him. So I'm like, you're still paying him because he's on your team. So
yeah,
you're only hurting yourself.
jeez, the politics of sports, man. Speaking
There's so
of
much money out there.
yeah, speaking of hurting yourself, LeBron James's son. Did you see this? He had a heart attack. Apparently this is not necessarily a common thing, but this happens in basketball. I had no idea.
Yeah. In high school, I lost a friend. He had an enlarged heart, and they told him not to play, and he still went on and played. And it was just like a pickup game in the park, and he had a heart attack. But Shaquille O'Neal's son had open heart surgery because of it too. Uh, he had heart issues, and I don't know. I mean, these kids they're straining themselves very young. You know, you would think they're in shape, but I mean, you can't tell what's going on inside. So I don't know all the details or what they found or what's going to happen if he has to retire before he even gets to college, type of thing, or what. So it's still, I think they're still like investigating what was the cause of it. But yeah, luckily he's okay. He's back home. They discharged him from the hospital. You know, shout outs to him and all that. But yeah.
That's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. What else is happening in sports? Let me look at my old sports meter here.
Football is going to be starting in about a month.
Yeah, yeah. Spring training's happening
Yeah.
already for the Chargers, and I believe this
Mhm.
is their last year in Costa Mesa. They do their training camp in Orange County, but
Yeah.
they are opening up a new facility literally right by me in El Segundo, for their training camp that should be open by next year. So next year, who knows? Maybe I'll be out there. You could see me at their spring training. I've gone to, I think, three training camps in my life. So
I've never been to a training camp.
yeah, yeah, they're all right. The first one that I went to, I was spoiled though because I went and I got to actually be on the field of the training camp and stuff like that for the Chargers. And then I went into their cafeteria and was just walking around looking at all the players eat. I was there with LT was eating, and I ran into him, and I'm like, "Oh my god, LT!" And that was really fun and cool. And then I went to Costa Mesa when they were in Costa Mesa, and Philip Rivers was still there, so I saw him, and yeah, but I haven't done a Herbert, I guess. So I got to go this year and see my Herbie. Oh man, my sportsometer is not working. So yeah, so they're cool. They're all right. Take a lot of water. That's always been my big thing. Like, just take a lot of water because it's hot. Um, but yeah, anything happening in the tennis? Nothing, right?
Nothing that I I would need to bring up or like, oh, this happened. But no, I mean, we are. Yeah, it's the low. It's like this is the calm before the storm of sports. You know,
Right.
when football and college football come back, and then we're going into the fall, and then basketball comes back. When does hockey start? When does hockey season actually
Hockey
start?
hockey should be starting September. Um September for sure and October. October for sure. It's going down. There's a lot of trades going on. A lot of things. I just saw the Kings made a couple moves. Um and but yeah, that should be starting up not fairly soon, but dude, we're like July just ended. Like we're about to end July. July kind
Yeah.
of so in about a month.
Well, if yeah, it flew by for me because I've been away. Harley Davidson and yeah, so
Yeah. So
that was cool.
yeah, I guess that concludes our sports segment. Very we kind of kept on target on sports this time. I like it.
Yeah.
I like
Well, we did talk some sports before, so it was like,
right,
yeah.
right. Those a sports preview, if you will.
Are we getting
Um
better, or just a little less sports going on that
I
we?
mean there's probably less sports going. I'm sure we'll get off the rails fairly soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, last call for topics. David, is there any topic you would like to discuss?
Uh, no. No. I'm kind of good. I mean, I'm glad to be back. I've been very lazy this week since I've gotten back because it was like I literally landed at 4 p.m. I think on the 18th from Milwaukee and left at 11 a.m. the next day for Seattle. So I haven't had like a. I really just taken this time to just kind of fucking be chill.
Gotcha. We mentioned this briefly, but you were at the Harley Davidson convention.
The Harley Davidson 120th year anniversary festival.
Oh, okay, and can we talk a little? Are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, well, so what? A bunch of Harleys just came in, and people were just on
So there was
bikes, or
people,
what?
yeah, people from all over the world. There was different countries represented, like Brazil, Ecuador. Like I had to utilize what little Spanish I have for some people. He had like I think he had like Korea and like China's fucking Harley Davidson like crew. So there was a lot of bikers. They had 2 days of festival. The opening, I mean, the headliner for the first day was Green Day, and
What?
and the headliner for the second day was Foo Fighters.
Shut up!
Yeah, small world of Foo Fighters now.
Right.
So yeah, I was like I normally do, like selling my ass, waving cars out and bikes in. We parked as a group. We probably parked 25 to 30,000 bikes between two areas. Yeah, it was a cool week in Milwaukee. I found some. I found their wells are like $5 over there. I was like, yay! Even at the hotel, I was like, "Is this $5 for wells? Yeah, it's amazing at the hotel. It's usually like $8." So,
Which is which $8 for a well is not bad, but it's
but it's a
it's still
single,
like
like
it's
it's a single,
suspect.
so it's kind
Yeah,
of like, meh. But yeah,
yeah.
no, I mean it's a very quiet. It's a quiet city. When the Harley Davidson like what stuff wasn't happening, it's like a very quiet city. Um, and Seattle, complete opposite. It's all a buzz.
Right, right.
But no, it was a cool event. And now they're going to try to do it annually. So they're going to try to do. They used to have like free stuff every year, like stuff you could do every year. But with this, the 120th, I think they want to do a festival every year now. Obviously, it won't be to the size of every 5 years that they normally do, but they want it generates money for the city, and you know just it keeps people interested in Harley Davidson and festivals and stuff. So keep them working.
Did that make you want to buy a motorcycle?
No, no. There are some nice bikes, really nice bikes. Everybody was really cool. It wasn't like, you had like biker gangs or anything. You just had
Right.
the regular people who from across the U.S. who were Harley Davidson aficionados. Um, but no, I. You always think about buying a bike, but I know I would fall, so I just avoid it. I don't need road rash because I know I've seen. I was while we were there, bikes break down. People, there was a really bad accident at one point. They had to close the street down. So yeah, so
Yeah, there's nothing like having a car, being in a car and just you're like, well, at least I'm kind of protected. Whereas like in a bike, you're just at the mercy of your surroundings to protect you. So um yeah, I get that.
yeah.
Um one of the things that came to my mind though was while you were talking about this festival, I just saw the this Netflix documentary on Woodstock 99 and the complete chaos of
Oh,
that
I heard about that.
that was. Wow. I remember watching it on not watching it on TV, but I believe I was in the Marine Corps at that time, so I we didn't have cable or anything like that. But just hearing about it and seeing it on the news and then finding out how those things happened. And all I kept on thinking was like, man, if David was working, he would have quit that moment, the moment he would have arrived. You'll
Yeah,
go
it's
crazy over the security, man. What they did for the security. I'm like, David needs to see this because he would have, oh my god, he would have been pissed. But that lineup was crazy though. I mean, they had everybody. The headliners were Corn, Limp Bizkit, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and something that's happening right now is new metal is coming back, and a lot of the younger kids, and by younger I mean like the 11, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, they're discovering all those bands. So there's been such a resurgence of Corn and Limp Bizkit, and especially Deftones. I'm a Deftones fan, and
yes,
some yeah, and some people, some of my extended family, my I don't know what to call them, but they're my nieces and nephews, but of like my sister in law's side that are listening to Deftones and stuff like that. So I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. Um, Glad, I mean, I really enjoyed that music. Um, I was never a mosh pitter because, I just always, had suspect health insurance. So I was always like,
it's crazy. I've seen some of those people like I remember working a stage for a Mexican death metal or a Spanish death metal fucking concert, and like guys were just eyeing me. I was on the stage like waiting for people, like they were like trying to get on stage so they can jump off, and I'm looking, I'm like, fucking do, fucking do it. And like they started to jump, and I just shove them back into the crowd. No, they're not getting on stage.
dude,
Good times.
yeah, for the Woodstock 99, they were tearing down they had this like wooden wall and they tore it apart, and then they were using the wall and surfing on planks, like crowd surfing on planks. Like I was like, what?
Yeah, it's chaos.
It was anything wood the original Woodstock, it was the exact opposite in 99. I was just
Yeah,
like, oh
everything
man.
was like peace and love and chill, and this is like chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you have the Netflix, highly recommend that documentary. It's a three-parter because every part is each day. So there's day one, day two, and day three. So it was just really curious. It's really interesting, really interesting. And this documentary takes the point of view from the promoter side. So it's all the promoters and all the people that put this together. There's another documentary that I'm going to watch probably tonight or tomorrow that's the other side of it, which which isn't their side. It's like from the fan perspective and stuff like that. So, um, it's interesting, and I know you would really appreciate it, David, or maybe not. You would lose your hair. I don't know,
There's not much
because of
left
that.
to lose.
It's all gone after watching this one. So go ahead and check that out. Last things I want to talk about is Sinead O'Connor. She passed away.
Yes.
Um, yeah, yeah. A lot of people are going. A lot of people are going. So if you have anybody that you love, just hold them a little closer and wish them the best, I guess is what I should say. Um, guys, log on to drinkstowardsby.com because I'll tell you what, there's tons to do on there. You can email us, you can hit us up on the Venmo if you think we did a really good job. Go ahead and slide that in. We are at Drinks Towards By. Give us a donation because we haven't received one in I couldn't even tell you when. So do that and
Yeah,
really
been a long
help us
time.
out. Yeah, we're available on tons of streaming services. Go ahead and click that banner and click that subscribe button. And as always, we are on YouTube. Go ahead and click that, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, you can actually watch the show. So if you like to watch the show, go ahead and watch us. But I've seen the numbers, and you guys like to hear us, so I guess we are made for radio, not for TV, David.
Moving out for TV.
Yeah. Mm,
Well, we do us. We've been doing us. We can do us.
yeah. Yeah. And with that, final cheers.
Final cheers. Uh, at this point, cheers to all the people who are working outdoors. Stay safe, stay hydrated. It's what it is to be outside. So just cheers to all you hardworking people who have to be outside.
Cheers to that. And my cheers is gonna go out to the incomparable David Grohl and the Foo Fighters. Cheers to you guys. Who knew? Like, when you guys came out like back in 1990, like 6 or 7, who knew that you guys would, have this longevity and still be relevant and still be awesome and, be the band that you are today. It's great. And I love everything that you guys do. And, cheers to you guys. Cheers. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Drinks to Words By. And thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys. Appreciate us more. Give us some money. David, kick him out.
Um, we have AC, but you can't stay here. Go find it somewhere else. Bye.
We're out of here.
Uh,
Later.